Okay, so let's get into this. We're doing a deep dive into the very end of the book of Judges, chapter 17 to 21.
The chaotic part. I mean, really chaotic.
That's the mission here, right? To pull out what the sources say about the cost of anarchy, all framed by that chilling line that keeps repeating.
Israel had no king, and everyone did as they saw fit.
Exactly.
And it's fascinating because this ancient text, it almost feels like a case study for a much later idea in, political philosophy.
You mean the idea that, what is it? The rule of a tyrant is better than anarchy?
Precisely. It's what thinkers like Hobbes got at with his Leviathan, this state of nature.
The war of all against all.
Yeah, where life is solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. And that's exactly what you see happening right after the Civil War.
This kinslaying tragedy. I mean, they've just waged war against their own brothers, the tribe of Benjamin, and they've almost wiped them out.
Only 600 men are left alive? And suddenly, the reality of what they've done just crashes down on them.
Right. The text says they gather at Bethel, and they're just weeping, crying out that a tribe is now missing from Israel.
It's this moment of absolute spiritual shock. So they do what people do in those moments that turn to ritual.
Burnt offerings for repentance, peace offerings for harmony.
But a ritual can't fix the legal trap they've built for themselves, this unsolvable oath.
Ah, yes, the oath. Before the war, they'd all sworn that none of them would ever let their daughters marry a Benjamite.
So those 600 surviving men, they can't marry. They can't rebuild the tribe. It's a dead end.
A dead end of their own making. So what do?
Well, this is where it gets really dark. They need wives, but they're bound by their oath. So the leaders look for a loophole.
Oh, loophole.
Yeah, they remember another oath they swore, that anyone who didn't show up for the big assembly at Mizpah would be put to death.
Okay, so they're going to use one brutal oath to solve the problem created by another. Who's the target?
The town of Jabesh Gilead. Nobody from there showed up.
And the punishment for this?
It's just horrific. They send 12,000 soldiers. The command is to strike everyone with the sword.
Everyone.
Well, almost. Here's the chilling caveat, the loophole. They're told to kill all the men and all the women who weren't virgins.
My God. So they were to spare only the young virgins?
Exactly. This wasn't about punishment. It was a resource mission. They needed brides.
And how many did they get?
400. But that's the problem, isn't it?
They needed 600, so they're still 200 short.
Precisely. So solution one, as brutal as it was, failed, which pushes them into solution two.
And if the first one was that bad, I can only imagine.
It gets worse, in a way. The elders come up with a plan that involves religious abduction.
Abduction? Where?
At the annual festival in Shiloh, this is where the tabernacle was, the holiest site in Israel.
So what was the plan?
They told the 200 Benjamite men to go hide in the vineyards around Shiloh. And when the daughters of Shiloh came out to do their traditional dances...
They were just to grab them, seize them.
That's the word the text uses. Seize a wife.
How could the leaders possibly justify that? Turning a holy festival into a kidnapping site.
Through a fallacious argument, a technicality. They told the fathers of Shiloh, look, you didn't give your daughters to them, so you didn't break the oath. They were taken.
Unbelievable. The letter of the law over the most basic human morality.
And that ties it all back to the beginning, doesn't it?
It does. This whole spiral, civil war, mass slaughter, and now sanctioned kidnapping. It's all because everyone was doing what was right in their own eyes.
When humans make themselves their own ultimate authority, their own kings, you get this. You get self-serving rationalizations. You sacrifice entire towns, like Jabesh Gilead or the women of Shiloh, just to preserve your own status, your own self-made rules.
The sources seem to be saying that if this is what human logic and human plans lead to, this kind of spiritual chaos, it really leaves you to wonder, doesn't it? It makes you think about where we should be placing our ultimate authority.